Alright, so this is the video for April the 30th, 2019. Hell yeah. So,
I wasn't here in the morning session, I was late, so Michael will
points.
go through everything that we did.
Yeah, so we started off with this game. We had we started off with a few games. We played Diddly Dee. We played Zap. It was Zap Tag. Zip Zap Boing. Yeah.
Zip Zap Boing. I wanted to play that.
Yeah, I got wrecked instantly. We played Zip Zap Boing, Diddly Dee, and we also played the number game, such as like opening exercises to focus and stuff like that. But that ended pretty quickly. And then for the warm-up session, we did, for the second warm-up session, in the second session, we did the game, we played Fruit Salad. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
so. Where everyone sat in a chair and someone in the middle says something, like what they're wearing, so like anyone who'd wearing trainers and everyone would have to.
Yeah, or if you shout Fruit Salad, everyone jumps off anyway. Right?
Yeah.
So then...
Oh my god!
Alright, so then in the second session we had a set discussion. We talked about the techies and we were talking about how we're going to use light and what kind of set we're going to have and stuff like that. So we decided to have like a scrim set. I think that's what they call it. It's like that paper that can see through. Luke, is that what they call it?
Oh, the shadow thing.
Scrim, isn't it? Yeah.
Scrim.
Yeah, like the sheer paper.
Yeah, it's like tracing paper, but like better, isn't it?
Yeah.
Alright, so yeah, we had a discussion about the scrim paper, how they're going to like silhouette certain scenes, right?
Yeah,
so
we're going to have like minimal props.
Yeah, exactly.
So not going to be like offstage entering kind of thing.
Yeah, you can't say anything in the wings either. No acting from the wings, that was a rule as well. But yeah, for the silhouette stuff, we discussed about certain scenes, such like Bat, where there's like obviously the scene Bat follows the scene of like the girl destroying the shop, doesn't it? So in the backdrop of that, you'd have people doing it in the background, and the light would go on it as like a silhouette.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah, and like in Rivita, you'd have the you know what they were describing in that scene, where the woman got like picked up and got her face slammed. Oh, pizza.
That's what I was going to talk about, but.
Oh, go for it. Continue.
Oh no, you basically done that. But yeah, but where Pizza, the policewoman describes the couple who are having an abusive relationship.
Was there another scene where we're gonna do? I'm not sure.
I know, but then like they show the abuse going on behind the screen.
Yeah, exactly. It's to show like a visual representation of it during the scene because we're gonna have a very minimal set, so it gives the audience something. I think it'll be really good. I think it'll actually be really cool. And
it's
then
it's not going to be like a basic scene where they're just going to be them acting.
Yeah,
in
exactly.
Like a kitchen or something. I feel like it would give it a more. I don't know.
But would it be optimistic? I think it would just kind of be like give the audience more of a visual representation of what she's describing in the scene.
Yeah, to show
paint a better
the real
picture.
Effect of it.
Like the rawness of like being stamped on the head and having like all this kind of stuff. So I think that'd be good. It would kind of drive the point home further, wouldn't it? Yeah. And then in the next lesson, so after our second warm up of what have we played? What was it?
Fruit salad.
We then got into our groups of salt and pepper casts, and we had to in our groups.
We had to like pick out scenes that people were there for, so that we could work on them.
Yeah.
Because not everyone was here. Like Ben wasn't here.
And Ben was in the scene party, which we were gonna do. Like Morgan was here, but we didn't have him in the scene. So in the end,
he was doing Rivita with Bradley.
Yeah, exactly.
So we couldn't do every scene because some people were in both. And
we had to improvise, yeah.
I couldn't do any of my scenes because Chris was in the other cast. But then I helped the boys out with their party scene.
Exactly. So we did the party scene, didn't we?
Yeah. So then it meant something got done and we were making good use of our time.
Exactly. You filled in for B, didn't you? So you filled in for Ben. Ollie was Ollie. I was myself as A.
And we had to create names for each person as well, so that they couldn't be ours. So everyone had like a long conversation about which names suit their characters.
Man, that was a very long conversation. What was mine here? Mine's Tommy, innit?
No,
mine's Tommy, Ramsey,
Ramsey.
Dylan was C, innit?
That's correct.
Billy is D, innit? Yeah.
Billy D.
Yeah. So Tommy, B, Ramsey, C, Dylan, D, Billy.
Yeah.
Your name is Liz in your scene,
No, we changed it. Me and Heidi decided. It first was going to be Jade, but then I wasn't very keen on it. I just didn't feel like it had anything to it. I thought about Michael helped me with Elizabeth, but cut it short to Liz because I feel like she would just be called because she's innocent, but she also has like
I feel like as well.
If she's living in shared accommodation,
she'd have a
she's
nickname.
not-
She wouldn't
it'd
always
be
say
like, "Oh,
Elizabeth.
Liz."
You know, especially in the kind of places where like council estates are usually found. You know what I mean? Normally people have like abbreviations to their names. I can't really see Elizabeth being like a name where you'd be
Yeah,
like,
and Liz is a bit like, right, Liz.
yeah,
like,
Liz. You know what I mean?
It's chilled more.
It works a
but
lot better
also
for your
it
character.
shows her innocent side, but she doesn't want to be seen as that as well, I guess. But then Heidi said that she liked the name Alex, which is okay, and it's quite gender neutral as well.
Yeah, Alex, Alexandra, Alexio. Yeah.
So yeah.
I like that. So when we got into our scenes, we talked about the intention of each character as they're saying lines and how it bounces between like the conversational style, isn't it? So you'd react to someone else's line, which would give your line intent. So if Eve said to me, go get the cake," and I was like, "Oh, there is no cake."
Yeah, or you can be like, "Oh, I'll go get the cake."
Yeah, exactly. Perfect. Yes. If you said to me, "Go get the cake," well, I'm gonna go get the cake then. Something like that. Yeah, exactly. That's a good one actually.
Thank you.
Yeah. So we've done that one.
I was about to say something, I've forgotten it.
Oh crap! I'm too good at destroying the conversation. What else did we do? Yeah, so we were working heavily on the intentions, weren't we?
Yeah, I was trying to think of what we were doing, or when we were doing the. Oh, I can't remember. This is really gonna bug me now because it's right on the top of my head.
What was it about?
It was about what we were doing, like for the script. What were you just talking about?
Intentions and character and how
Yeah, it's to do with that.
how you like how the conversation bounces between, and it like basically each part of the conversation will alter the next part of the conversation, and you have to kind of get this real genuine side of reacting to what they're saying to give your next your next line intent, right? Like you're having a conversation, or if you're doing something or something like that. Because as you said with the cake, oh, go get the cake. I don't want to go get the cake.
Sorry, I'm just trying to remember, but I can't.
Yeah. What else did we do?
But, we also it was something about my scene.
Oh wait, was it about the
Because we were talking about mine because Michael helped me with mine so that it
Yeah, we ran
like,
lines.
I did something for my own scene because I couldn't. So he was helping me running lines, and then I also thought about what I would be doing, and I just feel like
what you'd be doing in the water.
Yeah.
You were laying there.
Because I feel like in this she only feels comforted by the water. Like she's not felt that before. She'd obviously gone through something horrible, which me and Chris will think about, which we have been thinking about. So there's many different things, like interpretations you could take, but she'd gone through something that's probably scarred her and been quite traumatic to her. And so she just wants someone to comfort her, but there is no one. So this is her way of releasing. You know what I mean? Like she's
It's kind of like acceptance,
stressed,
isn't it?
She's forgetting everything, and she's.
You know, actually, I just thought of a kind of an interesting juxtaposition between her being alone and her being in the water. Like she's covered in water, so she's still alone, I guess. But she's like she's not like isolated. She's obviously like with water all over her, but also she's completely alone. Yeah, you know.
But then there was maybe it's the sense that there's something touching her. No, because then that wouldn't work because she didn't want him to touch her.
Yeah, you think metaphorically? I mean, it doesn't seem.
We'll have an ongoing conversation.
Yeah, exactly. But that was basically just what we did this lesson, wasn't it? Really, we talk a lot strongly about the intent of each character and how you say something and why you say it. Importantly, as well.
Oh, that was it. Because I was thinking about my intention of my character. That's what I was going to talk about.
Sick.
So my intention of my character in like Hotel and Warm, it's literally like what I was just saying. Like it's to have the company of someone because she feels alone and she's got no one like loving her or just being with her, like spending time with her.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's what she wanted in Hotel, but she didn't expect it to go the way it was going in the actual hotel. So then it led to that, which is something traumatic must have happened to her that she didn't want to happen, which then caused her to go out and do this. And
yeah.
And then that's where she feels more at home.
Yeah, in the water.
Yeah.
Maybe even perhaps like in the hotel scene, if something would have happened to her in the hotel, maybe she like really enjoyed her time in the water. Like if they went to the beach or something like that. So she'd be looking at like the good
Well, she
times
was-
then. But like also she could relate being in the warm back to like that. I mean it depends if you consider warm being
Also-
straight after that or not.
You know how she was talking about when she went for a shower, there was always someone banging at the door.
Oh yeah.
She could have thought of her time in the shower. It was just soothing her, and that was. You know how you have your time. If I don't know about you, but if you have time in the shower to yourself, there's no one else around. You
Yeah.
can sing in the shower.
You just let off like
Chill.
Steve, you talk to yourself,
Yeah.
you discuss
So I
like
feel like that's her time for her.
yeah.
But she didn't get that because everyone, supposedly, however,
So maybe like
people that
the
are living with
yeah,
her,
it makes sense because
interrupting it.
like the ocean
that
is
could-
such a vast and empty place, where in comparison to where she would be living in, which would be quite a busy hustle and bustle place because there's so many people living there with each like different life because they're not a family, so each person has their own different routes of life, you know. So I guess very just busy. So it is like a juxtaposition between being very busy and
Yeah.
being calm.
So yeah, we just went through that today.
That's a really creepy face. You see that? That was horrifying. Yeah. And then we also looked back on other people doing the scenes as well.
Yeah, and we gave them like advice and feedback because we obviously everyone needs improvement at the minute because we need to we need to sort out blocking because we don't want it to be like, as Nigel was saying, like people walking somewhere and then walking back. Like we need the main focus to be on the situation in a way. But we can't have someone dragging it in and out because also it just shows. It looks like what's like no reason to move about. Sometimes it just looks.
Well,
like
it's
they're
with lack
doing
of
it for the
direction.
sake of
It's
it.
like
Yeah,
fake.
that's it.
It's like there's no point. It's like if you're pretending to look for something, but you're not looking for it.
Yeah,
It just
or
looks
like if you
stupid.
pretend you're in a kitchen, you're like doing this to like door
Yeah, exactly.
handles and like getting plates out, but they're not actually there. It just doesn't look right.
Yeah.
Because even though technically you can think they are there because you're in that scene, in that situation, but to the audience,
Well, it goes
this
back to
isn't gonna-
intention, doesn't it? Really, you know, without intention of actually looking for something in particular, you're just looking, and it looks silly in a sense. Like if you're looking, and you're like,
Yeah.
like we did it in like a first time, remember with Stanislavski. It's like if you don't have like the real thought behind it to look and like the motive and the direction,
then
if you're
going
gonna
to
be doing an action as real, yeah. So yeah, that's what we did this lesson. So thank you
Really
very
great.
much.
Bye.
Ciao.